Hello and welcome back to Eldfall Chronicles tutorials. Today we will look at the resolution step. We will learn how to resolve your actions, roll dice and interpret those results on the table. As we remember from the last two videos, in the resolution step we have the activated model that declared an action and possibly a reactive model that may or may not have declared a reaction. First step is to figure out what stat we need to look at when rolling for the model's respective action and the number of dice they are rolling. Each type of weapon uses a certain type of stat when attacking. Melee weapons use offense in the active role and defense in the reactive role. Ranged weapons use accuracy and spells use intelligence. On the other hand, the dodge action uses agility. You can find which stat to use in the description of the actions you are performing. For more details on how to resolve some of the more complex situations, please take a look at the relevant sections of the rulebook. Note that sometimes your abilities or effects can modify your chances for success or even change the stat that you are using. Second is to determine the number of dice you are rolling. When dodging, you will typically roll one die. When attacking, you will roll a number of dice equal to the strike value of the weapon or spell used to perform the attack. This can be further modified by abilities of the models, like the Armsmaster class, which gives you a +1 strike when performing a melee attack in active role, for example. In reactive role, the strike value of weapons and spells is reduced to 1. However, this may again be modified by abilities of a model like the Sentinel class, which gives you a +1 strike when performing an attack in the reactive role. With all the dice pools determined, it is time to roll the dice. To determine if the action is successful, roll your dice, and each result that rolled equal or lower than the stat you are using is a success. After this, simply apply the result of your action. However, things get a little more complicated with opposition. Confrontation rolls symbolize parrying, blocking, counterattacking, and the quickness of strikes. They are performed among the models that are attacking one another. When two models declare attack actions against one another, these two attacks will be resolved using a confrontation roll. To make a confrontation roll, both models roll their dice pool and compare the results to their stat. Any rolls over their stat can be discarded. Then in the next step, both models compare their remaining successful dice rolls. A die result will cancel out all opponents' successful results that have a lower or equal result. The remaining results score successful hits. This means that only one of the models will successfully score one or more hits. Let's take a look at an example. Clan Champion is attacking an Earth Elemental. Clan Champion is a skilled warrior and is rolling 4 dice for his attack. Earth Elemental, while having a strike of 2, is in its reactive role, so his strike is reduced to 1, thus rolling 1 die. Clan Champion rolls a 3, a 7, a 13, and a 17. Earth Elemental rolls an 8. First, the 17 of the Clan Champion is discarded, since it's over his offense stat. All other results are successful. Then we compare die results among themselves. The Earth Elemental's 8 is higher than the 3 and 7 of the Clan Champion and will deflect those attacks. However, the Clan Champion's 13 is higher than the 8 of the Earth Elemental, meaning that the Earth Elemental's attack will miss as well. The end result is that the Clan Champion lands a single blow and the Earth Elemental lands none. In case the Clan Champion would roll 2 dice under his stat and over the Elemental's rolls, then he would land 2 hits, and so on. The confrontation is used only in cases where two models declare an attack targeting each other. Dodge, for example, does not force a confrontation, but as long as the dodge roll is successful, it will cancel all opposing hits except critical hits. So let's talk about critical hits. Every die roll of 1 when attacking is a critical hit. Critical hit always cancels all other attack results in confrontation except other critical hits. But critical hits also have another upside. That is, when rolling damage rolls, a critical hit ignores armor. Now that we determined who hit who and how many times, we need to check if those hits scored any lasting damage. To do that, we need to perform 1 damage roll for every successful hit. To perform a damage roll, subtract the armor value of the target from your weapon's power and roll the dice. If the result is equal or lower than the modified power of your weapon or spell, then you score the wound and the target loses 1 HP. If the result is higher than your power, then armor absorbs the blow and no damage is scored. With damage determined, we apply all effects of the actions to the board state simultaneously. All models that lost their last HP go to incapacitated state, and models that dodged can choose to move half their speed value and so on. With that, we have finished the resolution step and thus successfully completed the activation sequence. In order to proceed with play, you simply need to spend the next activation point and initiate a new activation sequence. While this took a long time to explain, worry not, because once you practice this, it will happen in a blink of an eye. That will be all for today. Next time we will take a more in-depth look at various skills, traits, classes, and stratagems and other abilities your models might have and how to use them. Thank you for watching and see you next time.